You guys already knew about her. Oh, so angry. What's going on, guys? My name is Joe and welcome back for sneak peek number 3 of the fall 2020 Clash of Clans update. Now, we already knew about this super troop many weeks ago. We've seen so much speculation and pictures floating around about the Super Valkyrie, but we weren't entirely sure when exactly it was going to be coming. Well, today we finally have it confirmed that the Super Valkyrie is going to be coming to Clash of Clans upon the release of this update. So without further ado, let's get into the information that you are just dying to know. Who can unlock the Super Valkyrie in the Sauna? Town Hall 11s, I am so sorry. And with that sincere apology extended to you, Town Hall 12s, if you have the level 7 Valkyrie unlocked and upgraded in your laboratory, you will be able to unlock and use the Super Valkyries in the Sauna. Damage per second 250 points, hit points 2,000, training cost 475 Dark Elixir, and a training time of 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Now, the biggest stat that you might have taken away from that listing was the troop housing space of 20. That's a pretty large jump from 8 housing space to 20 housing space from the standard Valkyrie to the Super Valkyrie. So you definitely got to make it worth it if you're going to use the Super Valkyrie. Now, we're over on the developer build today. This is the Town Hall 13 stats. Level 8 Valkyrie equates into a level 8 Super Valkyrie. Now, when we take a look at the special ability, it's called the Farewell Gift. The Super Valkyrie drops a rage spell when defeated, but it is not necessarily a level 6 rage spell. We'll show that later on in the video. So she's going to cost about 60,000 Dark Elixir, and these are the stats for the level 8 Super Valkyrie for Town Hall 13. DPS of 300 points, hit points of 2,300, training costs 550 Dark Elixir, and the training time is 3 minutes and 45 seconds. So at a 20 housing space, that means that Town Hall 6 and above should be able to request these in their clan castle if you have 20 housing space and above. Now, I have done some testing and played around with the Super Valkyrie a little bit today on Town Hall 11 because that's where we're kind of specializing right now because of our free-to-play series, and I had some pretty good results by putting her inside of the clan castle. But we're going to go ahead and get into the tryout mode and show you what she does. Now, for those of you that are familiar with Clash Royale and you are familiar with the Lumberjack, you will know that the Super Valkyrie has very similar characteristics to the Lumberjack, but she still acts like a Valkyrie, and we all know how a Valkyrie acts. They like buildings that are stacked very close together like this with no tile spacing in between, and their AI is to take them in between these buildings and destroy them. But a Super Valkyrie alone is a little bit of a waste because they will drop that rage spell when they die, and then there's nothing there to capitalize off of it. Now, one thing about this rage spell that I want to point out is that in testing, they did say something along the lines of this rage spell being the equivalent of a level 4 rage spell. And when we place the two side by side, the level 4 from the Super Valkyrie versus the level 6 that you have available at Town Hall 11, I can't remember exactly, that is what those look like. So obviously the radius from the Super Valkyrie is a lot smaller than the radius for the level 6. Now, when we do a little bit of additional dropping of the Super Valkyries, we're going to go ahead and destroy some buildings on the outsides and try to send them in here to destroy some buildings. But the thing is that we have this big clump of storages, and this is exactly what they're going to target. Look at that. I mean, this is just annoying. They're going to go in there and they're going to target all those buildings first. They're going to drop rage spells as they die, which is quite useful. But again, they prefer those buildings that are stacked really close together. So we'll end up losing a bunch of them. So when it comes to using the Super Valkyries as a standalone troop, I don't necessarily believe that this is going to be a very viable option or use for them because they just go in and die. I mean, they drop rage spells, they get a little bit of a boost, they'll power through and destroy a few buildings, but they're never going to make it to the Town Hall. Maybe if we had a targeted from this side, but again, they're just a Valkyrie. This is exactly what Valkyries do, whether they're super powered or not. They like to go in between buildings, rush off and die. So I stand corrected. The level 6 rage spell is available at Town Hall 12. Down here at Town Hall 11, we have the level 5. So many stats to remember, guys. It's crazy. But anyway, so after seeing the Super Valkyrie used over on the playground, I got to thinking about some possible practical uses down here at Town Hall 11 for us that are working on the Town Hall 11 right now. and I put the Super Valkyrie inside of a wall wrecker, linking her with an ice golem. It seemed like a really good idea to tie up the 35 housing space. And so with that being said, the Super Valkyrie alone has a rage spell. So I thought to myself, maybe I can drop a rage spell from my army composition and use the rage spell from the Super Valkyrie in the core instead. And so we have the ice golems, bowlers, witches army that we use quite a bit down here at Town Hall 11 with the bat spells for the back end of the base. And so what we're going to do is we're going to send in the wall wrecker to the center of this base and see what the Super Valkyrie can do in conjunction with those bowlers. So this is a very basic base design that was available on the developer build, and we got an Electro Dragon working for clearance and funneling, taking out all these buildings in the upper portion of the base. We're going to place the Barbarian King on the left side of the screen with a wizard to try to funnel out this area. That way we can send our bowlers, Valkyries, ice golems, actually correct, the bowlers, witches, ice golems, and wall wrecker into the center of the space. There is no Valkyries, just the one super. All right, so we got the ice golems down. We got the witches and bowlers. We're going to back it up with the archer queen and grand warden, and we're going to lead them into this section of the base. Now, we have to deal with single target inferno towers here, so we're going to use a rage spell to power up our bowlers and get them deeper into the base. Inside of the clan castle, we put a very common clan castle set of troops with the Electro Dragon and the balloon. Poison spell dropped, and I want to go ahead and slow it down right about here. So let's go ahead and slow it down right there. And I want you to see what's going on in the center here. We have a Super Valkyrie in there. She helped take down the town hall, but you can't see her right now because of the ice golem freezing everything. They're working on the Barbarian King. And so that Super Valkyrie is going to emerge and work her way across by the clan castle, go after the expo, the single target inferno tower, and we're going to go ahead and start flanking in our bat spells from the top side of the base to try to help and cut off these defenses on the back side of the base. Now, I want you to really pay attention to what that Super Valkyrie is in there doing. She's working on the expo. She's going to take it down. And then at some point, she is going to die and drop her rage spell, which is going to beef up whatever's left in that section. So this is actually kind of where I'm thinking this could be a possible use for the Super Valkyrie by saving you 2 housing space by dropping a rage spell from your actual army composition. And you can link in the Super Valkyrie if you choose to request them inside of your clan castle. It was just an idea that I had. We're going to go ahead and speed it up. That way you can see the army for yourself. The bats are going to basically overpower this very basic design. Final free spell dropped on that archer tower, completely unnecessary, and we still have troops in the center of this base working. We got skeletons and witch and an ice golem, or not, yeah, there's an ice golem, and then there's also the grand warden. So that is what it looks like down at Town Hall 11. We're going to jump over to Town Hall 12 and take a look at some possible funneling. I don't think that's necessarily going to be a very efficient use of the Super Valkyrie though. Okay, so we're going to take a look at one more replay on a Town Hall 12. Now, I did apply the Super Valkyrie as a funneler, but one of the things about applying her as a funneler is that you're not necessarily getting the most out of that rage spell that she's carrying around. So instead, we incorporated her into a P.E.K.K.A. Bobat army, dropped a few P.E.K.K.As, added a few Super Valkyries, and then we also put some Super Valkyries inside of the wall wrecker. That way we have more rage spells to link into our bowlers. So we're going to start out this raid with a warden walk, basically trying to clear out some buildings, set the funnel for our P.E.K.K.As and bowlers. That way they go inside the base instead around the outsides. Barb King on the far right side of the screen working on a few things, and he's going to be taking out a cannon, working on a dark elixir drill. We got a baby dragon working off to the flank of that grand warden, and we're going to place the ice golem with the wall wrecker to start leading the way and opening up walls for our troops. King's ability will be used on the top side. He's going to find a troll Tesla up there. Oh my goodness, okay. And then we got a few P.E.K.K.As dropped. We got our bowlers dropped, archer queen placed, and we're going to place our Super Valkyries with them. And they're going to follow the wall wrecker inside the base. Now, one of the things about Valkyries, or Super Valkyries in this case, is they will find giant bombs just like they do any other time. So nothing unusual there. Now, they will die and they will drop their rage spells. And what's very unique about them is because of those rage spells, the healers that were following the bowlers will be inside of the rage spell and they will try to heal up the troops, but unfortunately the Giga Tesla is just a little too powerful for those bowlers. But the archer queen's in there, so now technically we've turned into a little bit of a queen walk. The queen's going to take down that town hall and we're going to flank in our bats from the bottom side of the base, and they're going to work their way up from the bottom all the way to the upper right portion of this base, while we got bowlers, grand warden, barbarian king clearing out buildings over there. So the thing to take away from this raid is that when the Super Valkyrie drops those rage spells, whatever's inside of those rage spells can kind of reap the reward of that spell. And it also allows you to drop a rage spell from your army instead of bringing an additional rage. You can drop a rage and bring more free spells or a poison spell, whatever you choose to do. These are just some ideas that I was having. I'm going to go ahead and speed up the army, that way you can see it for yourself, for those of you that might be Town Hall 12 or rushed Town Hall 12s. And we got some wizards and goblins and Barb King P.E.K.K.A clearing out the final building. So this is just some things that I was thinking of, guys. I mean, when it comes to testing out these new troops and presenting them to you, I only have a little bit of time to work with it, so I don't get a ton of time to come up with all these different ideas when it comes to how we can apply the Super Valkyrie. But these were just some thoughts that I was having when I was messing with them over in the sauna. So hopefully once you get your hands on it and you come up with some different ideas, we get to see all kinds of different magnitudes of strategies that could come from the Super Valkyrie. What do you guys think about this troop? Drop it down in the comments below and let us know how you feel about the Super Valkyrie. Is it worth it? Is it actually worth 60,000 Dark Elixir? I don't really know. Only time will tell. If you enjoyed our content, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe if you have not done so already, and if you like watching us every single day, turn on those notifications. If you need any additional video support, or you want to see any of my free-to-play series or rush-based series, click one of those links over there, and we will see you in the next one, guys. Take care.